There are a ton of secrets in Starfield that can give you a massive boost at the beginning of the game, just like this starship that we can get for free pretty much right at the beginning of the game. And it is a substantial upgrade from the ship that you will get at the beginning. It's going to allow you to jump substantially farther. Its weapon systems are much better, and just all around it's going to be a massive upgrade to really enjoy your Starfield playthrough. We're also going to be getting this legendary armor. It is a massive upgrade and one of the best armor sets that you can get early in the game and even later. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but when you get hit, it's going to deal damage to enemies. It's basically got like thorns. It's got high physical and elemental resistances, and has some other amazing perks. We're going to be getting all of these things in today's video, and I really do hope you all enjoy it. Now, both the ship and the legendary Mantis armor are from the same questline. You can see the various pieces of the Mantis spacesuit here. The stats are definitely worth getting, especially at the beginning of the game. The Razor Leaf you get for free, and it has a value of 111,000. It is a substantial upgrade both in your engines, shields, grav drive, lasers, and just everything across the board. Gonna provide you with a great upgrade platform for upgrading your starship in the future. So even if you don't want the armor, the ship is definitely worth getting. To get this legendary armor and the free spaceship, we need to do a side mission called Mantis. And to be able to unlock this mission, we need to loot a secret outpost slate from one of our enemies. You can get this slate pretty much through the beginning of the story, and as long as you're looting enemies, you're going to have automatically already gotten this. If you go to your inventory and then to notes, you're going to want to look for one of these called Secret Outposts. You'll probably have a few of them by now. Make sure to read both of them to unlock your quests. Now this quest has us going to the star system Denebola. Now this star system is far away, so if you can't make it there in one jump, just get to as far as you can and just keep hopping your way there. Now once we get here, there's a couple different things we can do. We can go into our menu and then go to settings, and if we want to try and get better loot, we can change the difficulty to very hard before we land. This is going to set the area with better quality loot, and then we can lower the difficulty later. So we can exit out of this, we can open up our map, and if we look at the planet, we should be able to see the secret outpost right here, and we want to land. Now do keep in mind, this is a level 30 area. We'll land right near where we need to go. I'm doing this at level 10, so there's a couple different things we can do. First, if you don't want to be playing on very hard, we've already set the loot for this initial area, so we can go back down to normal. Or if you're at a lower level and you don't want to worry about all the high levels in this area, you can go to easy or very easy if you need to. It's not going to affect the ship or the legendary armor that we're going to get. Now when you get here, they're going to tell you about the Mantis and all of that stuff, and essentially what we need to do is just kill everybody in this area. So clear out all of the spacers, get all of the loot, and we'll continue on from there. Once you have killed everybody and looted everything on the outside, what we're going to want to do is once again, before we zone in, if you want to, you can go back to very hard, and we're going to exit out of all this, and we're going to zone into the lair of the Mantis. Once we've zoned in, we're going to go back into the settings, go back to gameplay, turn it down to whatever setting you feel comfortable with, and then we need to, once again, just run through and murder everybody. Just keep working your way down, all the way down to the bottom of this secret lair, and loot everything along the way. Because of the way that we did this, you should be able to find legendary items throughout this process as well. Eventually we'll find a bunch of spacers around an NPC, make sure to take all of these out, and then talk to the NPC when you're done. Ooh, we actually got a demoralizing combat knife off of this named enemy here. That's a very nice knife, actually. Now obviously loot from the enemies will be completely random, but you can reload named enemies to be able to try and get better loot. So let's see what this person has to say. Now this part seems rather deadly, right? If we step on the wrong one, we're going to get lit up like a Christmas tree. Thankfully we got a hint from one of the audio logs, where she was saying sic semper tyrannis. We need to actually walk over the letters that spell out Tyrannus to make it through this without dying. There's a digipick right there. So we're going to walk over the T. Then we got to find the Y. We can actually loot everybody here, I think, without activating those. So let's do that. I believe this is the Y right here. So we got to walk over that. Now we've got to find the R. And then we need to find an A. Do this. Do not cross these lines without going over the right one. And then we got to go to two N's. So there's a little bit of blood and stuff all over them, but it's a little bit of a pain. So we've got to go to N. Then we've got to find the next N, which is right there. And then we're going to find I and S. That's a T. That was close. I and then S. And wham bam, thank you ma'am, we've made it across. If you're an expert at lockpicking, there's a lot of really good loot behind this door. Unfortunately, I am not right now, but just keep that in mind because you can always come back when you get better lockpicking skills. You're going to have to deal with robots and security systems in this area, so just kind of make your way through to the next blue dot. Now, essentially, once you get to the end, it's basically the Bat Cave. So we need to get down to this bottom area here. We're going to hit this switch to get the starship to raise up to the top. That's going to allow us to actually acquire that as our starship. If you go to the very back area of this, you're going to find a spacesuit inside of this little cage here. And this is going to be a guaranteed legendary Mantis armor. So we get the Headhunter's space helmet, the Incendiary Mantis pack, and the mirrored Mantis spacesuit. This will allow us to blend in with our environment while sneaking, resources way less, and we also have a 4% chance to reflect enemy attacks. We also take less damage from robot enemies, and a 10% chance to ignite nearby attackers when they hit us, which is amazing. So this armor set is pretty great, and it's honestly just going to suit you really well at the beginning of the game. Make sure to also go to the end of this area. If you can open this storage crate, definitely do it. And thankfully, this is the reason that we made sure to set it to very hard before going in. We got a very nice legendary spacesuit in here, as well as a lot of other goodies. Now just make your way back out of the base and claim your new starship as yours, the Mantis, and it is beautiful. I realized I called it the Mantis, but it's actually called the Razorleaf. It's quite a bit larger than the starting starship, and it's also quite a bit better. It's a significantly larger and faster ship across the board, and if you do this near the beginning of the game, it is going to help you absolutely melt any enemies in your way. Another massive benefit to this ship is its ability to jump significantly longer distances, so I highly recommend getting all of this as soon as you can. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this ship is a great baseline, and if you take it to any of the ship services areas, we can upgrade it and add things onto it to make it even better. So on Jemison, when you land, you can talk to this guy right here next to your ship to be able to upgrade it. One of the things that I did to my ship was I extended it out a little bit, allowing us to have more interior space. I had a couple of cargo holds on the side to increase our cargo. I also added 2 lasers on the back to be able to increase our damage. And eventually I would like to upgrade our shields as well and probably add some more cargo space too. I also added a helium-3 fuel tank to increase our jump travel. There are a ton of different upgrades you can do, and it's really just a great platform to be able to continuously upgrade your ship. There is so much you can do and so much customization. I'll probably have to do a video solely just on ship customization and crew, because there really is a lot to it, and it's a lot to take in at the beginning. You can also completely recolor the ship to your liking as well. But I really do hope you all enjoyed today's video. Have fun with your new starship and new armor. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.